Hi everyone, thank you for joining our Clinked quarterly feature releases webinar today. So hosting this webinar today, we have myself, Anna, and also my colleague, Hannah. And on the agenda for today is our top feature releases in Q1 2021. So some of these are copying task categories from within the same group. We also have added some advanced filtering options for tasks. And then there is a new dashboard task summary view. Also some new permissions at the folder level, a new integration with DocuSign, a new feature called temporary members. And then lastly, just a fun little update that we've added, which is profile GIFs. So then at the end of the session, we will just take you through our different resources that are accessible to you. And we'll also do a Q&A session. So if you have any questions throughout the webinar, you can just pop them in the Q&A box down below, or if you'd like to wait till the end, you can ask them live as well. So just before we kick off, could you please answer the following question? How often are you using Clinked today? So this is just to give us a bit of a better understanding of how often you're using Clinked. So that's great. It looks like everyone is using Clinked on a daily basis at the moment, which is great to see. So thank you for answering that. And then just one more question before we start. Which of these features that we're going to be going through today seem like they would be the most valuable to your business? So out of DocuSign, temporary members, the new task updates, and the new permission updates. Great, so it looks pretty split, but in particular, you seem to be interested in DocuSign. So that's great. Thank you again for answering. Okay, so just to start off, I'll be going through the new task updates. So the first one is copying task categories. This is basically quite a small update, but it allows you to copy a task category. So the colourful bar that you can see here, which lets you group different tasks together. So you can now copy these and all of the tasks that are included in the category. And you can not only copy it between different groups, but you can also copy and paste it within the same group. So if you have any sort of recurring tasks or events that you are setting up on a regular basis, it's just an easier way for you to be able to create those without having to do them all individually. So you'll just need to select the copy button from the drop down and you will see this paste button come up, which will allow you to paste it within the same group. So that is that update. Next, we've got the advanced filtering options. So some of you might know that it was quite difficult before to filter your tasks. The only option was to view either all of your uncompleted tasks, and then there was a little switch to show completed, but you can now filter by each different status. So you can view all of your overdue tasks or all of your tasks that are currently in progress, which just makes it much easier for you to sort of have a clear overview of where your tasks are at. So then in addition to that, you have the filter by date option, which allows you to filter by the date that a task was created to the date that is due. And we also have the same filter by assignee as well. So they're just some nice new updates on the filtering. Next, we have the brand new dashboard task summary. So you may have spotted this. You can access it by selecting this icon at the top of your dashboard. And once you click that, it will take you to this task summary overview. So what it does is splits up all of your tasks across your different groups. So you'll see your different clients down along the side here. And then in the middle here, you have your task categories, and it will show you the status of the tasks within the categories and the progress on this progress bar here. And then you'll be able to see how many tasks within the category are still outstanding. So this is just a really nice way to have a clear overview of your tasks across all of your different groups without having to actually go into the different clients. So this is a very nice update that's been highly requested by our clients. And so if you go to the All Tasks tab at the top there, it will actually show you an overview of all the tasks across your different clients as well. So in addition to just the categories, this will actually pull up all of the tasks from your different groups, and will also show you the owner of the task and the due date and the task status. So that is that. And you also have all of the same filtering options up here. So if you did just want to search for a specific client, you can do that there, or the assignee and the statuses as well. So that is all of the updates on tasks. Next, I will show you through the new permissions at the folder level. So this is again an update that we have made for a client that requested this specific update. And what this does is allow you to update subfolders to inherit the permissions that you're setting on a folder. So this update is really useful for those of you who have got quite complicated folder structures with lots of subfolders maybe, and if you're needing to update the permissions on the main folder, then you can choose for the subfolders to inherit the permissions that you're changing. So for example, if you're adding a new individual user to be able to view the files, and you also want them to be able to view the subfolders, then you would just tick this box. However, if you didn't want them to be able to view the subfolders, you would just leave that unticked. So that is quite a handy little feature on the permission side of things there. So I'm now just going to pass over to Hannah, and she'll take you through our new DocuSign integration.
Yeah, so thanks, Anna. So now we're just going to look at the DocuSign integration. And this was introduced earlier on this year for some clients who had requested DocuSign functionality from the Clinked portal. So firstly, I'll just talk you through how you can use it. So you just basically need to, as a first step, make sure it's switched on in Clinked. So you can see in that picture in the integrations tab, you can see that both Adobe Sign and DocuSign are switched on. So yeah, you just, as a first step, need to go to your account settings and then go to that integrations tab that's highlighted. And this process will need to be completed by the account admin or super admin of your Clinked account. And once the integration is switched on, you will then get redirected into DocuSign, and it will just ask you to authenticate and grant permission to Clinked. And once that's done, you'll get redirected back to Clinked and the interaction will be active. And then once DocuSign has been linked into your account, go to the file you want signed and navigate to the bottom of the file and select DocuSign. So you can see in that picture, we've just got that red circle for DocuSign. So that's the one you need to click on if you wanted to sign that file. And if using DocuSign for the first time, you'll just need to follow the steps to accept consent into your DocuSign account from Clinked. And then after following the steps, simply select Sign with DocuSign where that arrow is. You have got a few more options as well, like at the top with that drop down, you can also select DocuSign from there. But yeah, the simplest and most obvious way is to just select that blue Sign with DocuSign option. And then this will bring up a box like so. And you'll just need to insert a subject heading. So that might be, please review this document, or it might be please sign and approve or something like that. So you can sort of tailor it to your need. And then you just need to put in a signer's name and signer's email address, as this file will be sent to their email address for signing. And then you'll be taken directly into your DocuSign account. And this is where you can customize your file. So you can see to the left there, you've got the menu for different fields. So this could be like a signature or a company name. You might want to put in your company name or company address or phone number or something like that. And this is all possible just using drag and drop. So it's nice and simple. You can just click on that signature tab and just drag and drop it into the document wherever you would like it placed. And the good thing about DocuSign is you can have more than one signature. So if you want multiple signatures on this document, you could have them on certain pages, say at the beginning and the end. That's something you could quite easily customize here. And then once you've customized it, you just need to click send so that your signer can receive the document for reviewing. And then, they'll just receive an email and just they can directly sign it from either a mobile device or their laptop. And then once they've done that, you'll receive an email from DocuSign to notify you that the file has been signed. But yeah, I'll just talk you through how to view the status of DocuSign files from within the portal. So yeah, you just basically need to navigate to the file in Clinked, the one that you requested signature on. And once signed, you can download the completed document in Clinked to view it, and you can also see which documents you are waiting signatures on, and they'll come up as waiting or pending. But if it's been signed, it will say signed. But you just need to click where that red circle is, and then that will tell you about the status of the signer on that specific document. And a second new feature that we introduced this year is called temporary members. And this was another client feedback. They had a use case where they needed a client to say access the portal for an hour to sign or review documents, but they didn't want to make them a permanent member of the account. So we made that live recently. But what is a temporary member? A temporary member is a user of Clinked who has been invited into a group for a restricted amount of time. And who can invite? The member types who can use this feature are account and group administrators. So yeah, you need to be an admin to be able to invite a temporary member. And also it's worth noting this feature is designed at a group level. Therefore, the access will be granted into a particular group rather than the whole account. And I'll just talk you through how to invite a temporary member. So you just need to go to the members tab within a group that we've circled there. And then it's very similar to how you would invite a normal member. You just need to click that green invite or assign member option that's circled as well. And then, yeah, you just need to enter in their email address and then assign the rights you want them to have as usual. And then you can see there's a drop down where you can select the amount of time you want them to. And you could also need to tick that blue temporary member option as well, make sure that's ticked. And then it will bring up, this is just a more detailed view of that box we were looking at. So you can see the drop down there, it says an hour or 2 hours or a day. And if you go for the custom option, you can make it really specific as well. And yeah, then just press invite to send it out. And they'll receive the invitation. And once they've accepted that and signed in with their details, they can access this group here. And you can see in the existing members tab, temporary members will be there as well. So you can see there we've got Louisa Oakley, and she is a temporary member. And you can see there that it says expires in an hour, where that orange highlighted bit is. So yeah, that's how you can tell who is a temporary member within your account. Yeah, the common question we get is how do guests and temporary members differ? But basically, the guest share function is ideal if you want to share a specific file or folder with a guest without having to invite them into the portal, whereas adding a temporary member will give the user full access to the group and its content. So yeah, if you just want to share one file, it's best to use the guest share functionality. But if you want them to have access to multiple things within the account, it's probably easier for you just to invite them as a temporary member. We just have a bit of a fun addition now for you that we come up with. So if you do want to add a profile GIF into your profile, that's now possible, as you can see here. So that's just a bit of fun that you might want to use with your internal team from time to time. So we've just got a final question for you. Which of these features will you start using after this webinar? So if you could fill that out, that would be brilliant. So it looks like, yeah, pretty mixed bag, but it looks like DocuSign and tasks updates are the most popular, but people are going to use temporary members and permission updates as well. So that's good to hear. And I'll just lastly talk through the resources section so you know how to access help in Clinked. So firstly, you've got help in Clinked you can actually access from your portal just by going to the drop down and selecting help, and that will take you straight to the Help and Learning Centre. It can also be reached from our website, so you just need to Google clinked.com and then go to the resources tab at the top and then just select Help and Learning Centre. And it will show as shown here. So you can see our recent Zoominars, and you can also search for topics that you may be interested in. And you can find all our webinars and videos as well on our YouTube channel at Clinked. And if you have any sort of technical issues or just general questions for us, please do email our support team, and you can reach them at support@clinked.com.